We're twins. This is our wine. These are our reads. Today we wanted to give a review on some of our 5-star reads. And we agree on most of these.
We do.
Yeah.
And we don't give out 5 stars
Very often.
very often.
Like, this is a good amount of my 5-star reads here.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to go over them, give a little
quick synopsis
Yeah.
of it.
and have you guys check them out.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Now, this one, I mean, if you have heard about this unless you've been living under a rock.
Right.
Credence, it follows Tiernan, who loses her parents, has to go live with her step uncle and step cousins.
Not blood related.
Not blood related,
Yes.
which is why
Which is a big point
in
here.
that you need to remember.
Yeah,
in
you need
this
to
book.
remember. Yeah.
She becomes very friendly
With
all
all
of them. Mm-hmm.
And let's see.
My favorite,
both of our favorites.
both of our favorites in this book was Uncle Jake.
By
I mean,
far.
hands down, I would have stayed there.
I would have stayed there with
I
Uncle
would have
Jake.
stayed put with Uncle Jake.
Yes, and other people differ on those
They
opinions.
do.
They
Our
each
best
have their
friend.
own.
Yep. Our
Mhm.
best friend said she liked one
Caleb.
of the boys. Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah.
Yep. So, read it. See who you like best.
Yes, and let us know.
Yeah.
My first one is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. What a turn here from
I
Credence to The Last Letter.
and I haven't read that one yet. what a wild turn.
Nothing like Credence.
No. These are all.
This one
over the
is
board.
actually about, it follows Beckett, who is in the military, and his best friend in the military passes away, and his best friend asks him to look out for his sister, Ella. So he goes and moves there, by there with her, and like helps take care of her and her kids, and
emotional.
emotional. She has twins, a boy and a girl, twins, and it's just so sad.
Heather was sobbing when she read it, and when I came
Truly.
over the next day, her eyes were still swollen.
Like,
from reading it.
My best friend just read this because I told her
She
how
told
good
me
it
not
was,
to read it.
and she said, "Will I ever be happy again?" And I said, I can't tell you. I'm still upset about it. And I read this a month ago, so take that for what you will.
I mean, we love a good crying
Yeah.
book, but yeah, it's
When you need a good cry, pick this
heartbreaking.
one up. It will. If you don't cry during this, I don't know what to tell you.
maybe crying in books is just not your
for
thing.
you. Yeah.
And Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. This was the first book I read that actually made me laugh out loud. And in so many parts in the book, it made me laugh.
Megan Quinn can do that.
Megan Quinn is so funny in her books, and I feel like in real life
She
she'd
has
be
to
just
be.
a funny
Yeah.
person.
Just to write that.
Yeah. This follows Lottie, and she is in search of, she's in search of like a rich husband, and she goes on this walk in a rich neighborhood and stumbles upon Huxley, who needs to impress a potential like partner or something, and he thinks that she could help him like become more likable. So they kind of have an arrangement, and it's about their love story, and so good.
I haven't read
So
that one
good.
yet, but I'm excited
And it
to read
has,
it.
I'm trying to find it. They always have pictures she always has like cute pictures in her book. Maybe I shouldn't show. Oh,
No, that's
that's
fine.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a cute
Yeah.
picture, but it looks like something spicy is about to
yes.
happen there.
Yeah. Her spice is always
Yeah.
impeccable. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's
now I
a
can't
spicy
show.
one.
I shouldn't show that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, her
Nonetheless.
the spice in her books is phenomenal, and I love
Will
Huxley.
always make you laugh out loud.
Yes, it will.
Megan Quinn never lets you
Yes.
down there. Now,
Oh,
if you
this is
have
probably
not-
our number one book ever.
Yes, we recommend this to every single person
Every
that asks
single
for a book.
person.
Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. We both read this a long time ago,
A long time
and
ago.
it will never not be our favorite.
Yeah.
There's
There's no comparing it to anything.
No, because there's nothing else like it.
compares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually about Cora and Dean. Dean is Cora's sister's fiance, and they are actually at their engagement party, I think.
I think they were out at a bar.
They were
I
out at a
believe,
just out at a bar.
I don't know.
You're
It could
right.
have been their
No,
engagement
you're
party,
right.
don't
I think
remember.
it is. They're out at a bar, and Cora and Dean get taken by this terrible man.
Terrible man.
And it's about their time in captivity, and then their time after, and kind of their like trauma bond, and
It's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. We cried.
Yes.
But it was so good.
So good.
So good. And it's a romantic suspense. So it has like that thrillery aspect
Yes.
and romance.
Yes. Which
So-
is probably my favorite.
Yes.
And then Jennifer Hartman again, older. I just recently read this one, and I am just a sucker for an age gap. And this is probably my favorite age gap I've ever read. This follows Haley and Reed. Reed is Haley's best friend's dad. Now they met before they even knew who each other was.
Yeah.
They met at a party. He didn't know how old she was. She actually told him she was 21, I think.
So.
And they like had a great conversation. They really, really started to like each other at that party. And then someone ends up saying at the party that she was only 17, or I think she was 17 at the time. So then they like go their separate ways. Haley is in an abusive household, and things get to a point where she cannot stay there anymore with her dad, so she goes to live with that best friend and her mom, because Reed and the mom aren't together anymore. And then Reed comes over there, realizes that she's his daughter's best friend, but the pull is still there. They still like
the angst.
Yes. Oh, the angst in this one.
Now, if
by
you're not attracted to Reed while reading this, I don't know what's wrong.
I know, truly.
I
mean, I could not put it down. I was just like flying through it to get to like
to get to the good parts.
Yes. Could they just get together?
Could they
already?
get together?
Because the angst. The angst. I feel like that's why I like age gaps so much.
Mm-hmm.
The angst
it's like,
is always like, we can't, and then finally
when they
like,
do, they do.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Now, we read this one a long time ago too, the Mind F series, but it will never not be one we recommend.
Yeah, you got like the two that we.
I did. Yeah, you're right.
Recommend.
This is about Lana. She is a serial unaliver
of only
bad guys.
Bad
guys that did bad things to her
yes.
previously when she was younger.
Yes.
And she is actually becomes friends with
and her brother.
He did. Oh yeah, they did bad things to her and her brother. Yes. She becomes friends with the detective that is investigating this case, Logan, and they actually start to like each other and become romantic. So the detective and her like each other a lot, and
he doesn't realize
that that's her that he's looking for.
Right.
So all the twists and turns. There's spice.
There's great spice.
There's romance. There's
some
aspects
thriller.
of thrillery, some horror.
Yeah.
All good things.
All good things.
And done so well.
Yes.
You know?
You couldn't put that book down.
Oh my gosh, no. This book is a thick one.
Well,
I mean, it's technically 5 books in one. But we count this as one book.
Right.
Because the 5 are so small.
So small.
Yeah. And you would not be able to like stop and not finish.
Never. No, never.
They're like continuously.
Yeah, you have to keep reading.
So, highly recommend this one.
Always.
Highly.
And then The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This was my first historical fiction. This wasn't your first, right? We read it at the same time a few months ago, and this is the book that made me cry uncontrollably. I texted Heather while I was reading it, and I was like, you didn't warn me enough, because she did tell me it was so sad, but I couldn't. I had to step away and like take deep breaths. I was crying so hard. It follows 2 sisters during World War II, Vivian and Isabel. And it's just about like all the struggles and trauma and grief.
Is about kind of their differing opinions about the war as well.
Well, Vivian has a family. Her husband is captured in the war.
Right.
And they have a daughter. So she's like trying to play it very safe and
under the radar.
And her sister wants to like go out there and get things done and like try and help.
Yeah.
So 2 very different sisters, but this story is one you will never forget.
Even if you don't like historical fiction.
I didn't think I would like historical fiction until I picked up this book.
Highly recommend.
It's so good.
So good. And also, historical fiction, Kristen Hanna.
Yeah.
Now, she writes like a tearjerker every time.
She does. Yeah, I've cried in all of the books I've read.
So this one, actually, we all also read this at the same time.
Yes.
This is about Frankie, and she becomes a nurse in the Vietnam War. So it is about her time there, and obviously the struggles as a woman during the Vietnam War.
She wasn't really
recognized as being a part of the war, or like when she went to like support groups for veterans, they turned her away. So that part is really sad, but it's also like, you know, the trauma during the war
and after, like the PTSD and
people
stuff
that she lost during it. Yes. There's also love interests.
Yeah.
A lot of really good, heavy topics, though.
Yes.
Obviously, a tearjerker as well.
Yeah.
So, great one.
Another great one. Yeah. That one was, we were told to pick that one up after we read The Nightingale because we heard that one's a lot of people's favorite Kristen Hanna book. And
now, this wasn't our favorite. We still preferred The Nightingale.
But we gave them both 5 stars because, so good.
If you have not read any of these books, please pick them up because they won't let you down. So
and
good.
Wow, what a range. We started
have
with
a wide
Credence
variety.
and we ended with the
Now,
women.
and we didn't put in any of our fantasy reads, but
Oh,
we do have
we
a lot
didn't.
of
We have
good
so
fantasy.
many.
Maybe we'll do that next
Yeah,
video.
maybe we'll do all
Yeah.
the fantasies next.